Okay, round two. We're gonna go after the big homie here, which is usually in this area. We are picking a good time that it's not really all of that weird. So let's have a quick look at what's happening with this mountain town. An unspeakable horror that lurks in the story corridor of the Hallowland Mountain. Some say he used to be a simple woodsman, must not dare invoke its name at all. Alrighty, well, we are gonna go after him. I always find him hard to deal with, and I say him because it says woodman, and hopefully it is a woodsman. So, it says he's nearby here, which is not a good look. And alrighty, we got some wolves. We'll leave the wolves behind and we'll keep running. Hopefully, night will hit as we find our mate. So, in this part, you will find that the beasts are a little bit tougher than what you're used to, and just keeping an eye on the reds. So he's around. If you follow the loop of this road, you generally tend to find him. Alrighty. So it says that he's close. We don't want too much stuff around when we pick on him. Um, at the moment, I have to find him with his thighs. Generally, I would love to fight him with a mace. Um, the mace is a good time for me because you get a little bit more movement. So, looks like we're coming up on him. So, once we see him, we get off the horse. Yep, there he is. Alrighty. Now we get our buffs on. We're gonna save the ultimate for when things get hairy. Okay. Alright, so let's start the fight. As you can see, he does a lot of the freeze. You want stuff to hide behind. Yep, and that's why you don't want to mess with this guy too much. Give him that. He's a mover and a shaker and everything in between. Yep, you want as much minion as you can get because of this phase here. Alright, here we are. This is a phase that things get a little bit weird. Okay, I missed them. Alright, so you see, visibility is trash. Any hit he gives you in that mode is bad news. Alrighty, now this is a good time. Alright, let's get our ultimate happening. We want to make the fights as easy as possible. As you can see, he's very hard to outrange, and when you outrange him, he still reserves the right to mess you up. Yeah, I think we're pretty close to getting him. Yep, I messed up there. Ah, not my horse. We're not doing the horse thing again. Alright, we got him. Okay, might I say, he's a lot easier than I remember. I think I might need to turn my settings up a little bit. Oh. And for some reason, I'm hitting way harder than I'm used to. And generally, I'm not that much of a hard hitter with um, I'm not as much of a hard hitter with the rogue blood. Well, I thought I wasn't, but it looks like I am hitting extremely hard. Alright, so this will allow us to start getting some leather, and the leather is a very vital component into getting upgrades for the gear. Now this game, it doesn't care about your leveling. It's not like you level and you retain a level. Um, Basically, when you're naked, you're level 1 minus the skills, and when you get up, you get up, and obviously you gotta pick your skills, but you're just as dangerous because, as far as I'm aware, there isn't any real boss abilities as far as, I mean, boss weaknesses. As far as the bosses, they can, yeah, they can just be whooped in any kind of shape or form. It doesn't matter what your play style is. I find that um, catering to melee and um, basically um, catering to melee and catering to other abilities such as good old um, like basically melee fighters. You wanna be able to juke them, stay as far away from them as possible, especially when they're doing uh, their their heavy skills. So, for example, if you're anywhere near that mountain terror, or at least the old version of them, um, it's basically not a fun time. It's not a good time for you. Don't stay near them. Stay the heck away from them if you can. Oh, that's different. Angry moose. Very angry moose. Hey, hey, calm down. Alright, well, we might as well just get rid of the moose. Get some beast blood. I believe it gives you a bit of more speed. We have spare rogue blood at the crib. So beast blood give you movement speed, sun resistance, and damage reduction, and health increase as well. Um, I'm finding around that a lot of this stuff has upgraded in its blood content. Um, what I'm doing here, by the way, is I'm just trying to get a spot of fishing, because I think to get the rather, sometimes you get cosmetic stuff such as that, as you can see. I mean, I got the plague doctor situation happening, and well, for now, if you excuse me, I will stick with. Alright, let's find us another body of water. Looks like there's a body of water here. Obviously, we don't have to follow the road. We can cut through. These plant stuff are very good. They give you things like pollen and things of that nature. These little pillars that we just ran past, sometimes they will spawn skeletons and undead and stuff like that. But this area is a good living area at the moment, because it is not a threat at us. Like at this point, it is very much not many things here that can grief us, except for there is the some vampire hunter that runs around, and he's close enough in level, but especially with the setup that I got at the moment, it's probably farmable. But with the rates I got, there's no reason to farm. Besides, sometimes they will drop books, and obviously you can use the books to unlock recipes, and that's the name of the game. Is generally killing some boss will give you. Ooh, see, here's a book. Stone ornaments. Useless to me, but we keep it. It's just, I feel like the completion of it. It's better to have it, but not than need it and not have it, I guess. And the good thing is once you use a book once, you don't have to use it a second time. You can just simply get rid of it. Let's see if this body of water here has any fishing spots at the moment. Looks like I already got 4 twilight snappers. They used to give you scale back in the day, and you used to have to um, catch them to get the rat king, which give you the rat form. I think his name is something different, but basically he's one of the bosses that you actually cultivate, which is, in my opinion, is a neat decent idea. So you see how easy it is to just kill people. So um, and currently I have a little bit. Let's just clear out this camp while here. As you can see, it's not a problem at the moment. Yep. And the reason behind that is I want to get rid of the small research bench. And the best way to do that is just to get all the recipes that it can give you, and peace out, and just leave it. After that, you don't need it anymore, unless some expansion happen. It's easy enough to build, and yeah, wolves don't care about you when you're in wolf form. You get out of wolf form, they can be a little bit annoying. Currently, the snow biome wolves might be an issue, but these wolves here, um, you probably can just one-shot them by accident at this point. So we'll get a bit more fishing. I love how things spawn in this game. It's just like that little shadowy bit. It looks like a moose situation is happening today. All the mooses are just, yep, all the meese are kind of aggressive at this point. And we try not to mess with meese. Not too much, because I mean, at the beginning of the game is probably the only time you'll need a moose. At some of the areas, there's infected meese, and infected meese are pretty cool. For some reason, I really enjoy. I think it's a neat thing is that they have all these rustic bridges, and generally these bridges will have a fishing spot right near them. So we get our fishing happening, and then we stay cool. Alrighty. At this point, we got, I think, enough to start. Oh yeah, that's the fisherman boss. He's just over there. He's probably my favorite boss, but I'm already way ahead of him. And once I finish these fun starting videos and get better at this, or get better at producing videos, and maybe learn a bit of it's exciting, learn a bit of video editing, get more organized with my thoughts and the way I speak. And I think after that, maybe if it's worth it to start a series from the get-go. So as you can see now, we got research desk and it's stone ornament. We can't unlock it again because it's already been unlocked. So in this case, we just go here to this, which is a boss unlock, and it gives you the ability to hit it. Alright, so we got Wraith as well, so let's just throw that at Wraith. As you can see, Wraith is this ability here. I don't know if it's any good. So let's just have a look at what it does. So Wraith used to be a very high level ability before. Okay. No, I think the wolf is still better, because the goal is not to hurt them. The goal is to get the weaken on them, and the weaken is basically they hit a lot less harder, and it gives you, if you mess up like I usually do, it gives you the ability to recover, even if slightly. It's recovery is recovery. All right. So as you can see, we have here. Oh, sorry, we just ran out of the alchemy quarters. So what we need to do is we need to get on this baby here, and we need to get those basically these stand, and to tan them we need to have oil. And one of the best way to get oil is you can get oil via So you see these three that I've accidentally brought back when I was fighting the mountain guy. So they give you a output of oil, and when you get that oil, half your life is complete. As you go, you will just end up accumulating um, sawdust, and the sawdust is basically a carefree way. Obviously, I wouldn't expect you to have the rates that I'm having, so cutting 2,000 wood is probably going to be a pain in the butt to do. But in this case, yeah, my laziness wins out. So I just use the sawdust liberally. Even with those kind of rates, like I feel sorry for whoever has to do this the legitimate way. Because with all I'm doing, it's still a pain in the butt to accumulate what you call it, to accumulate sawdust. So in this case, yeah, there'll be a lot of waiting. You probably need 3 or 4 of them to do anything in a good amount of time, and yeah, it depends on how much time you got to allocate to the game before you get I don't want to say bored, but maybe bored, maybe not. I don't know. Sometimes it's good to have games on a little bit on the grindy side. Excuse me, uh, because it's just over the extended period of time, the game is a little bit grindy, but it almost keeps you honest, basically. Uh, you can. One of my favorite thing to do is to chuck good old um, Audible in the background, and while Audible is going, I can simply have a great time just listening to my audiobook in the background while playing the game while enjoying myself. Um, yeah, so I could possibly go to that area that I was just at fighting the boss and extract a ton of trees and get my oil that way. But as you see, fishing and my rates are a bit high, so I can basically fish it out a lot easier than going around and getting it through. And the fish is not as crucial as before. And I have plenty of fish for the prisoners, but even if you don't have any fish for the prisoners, I don't know, I'll put stone there. Even if you don't have any fish for the prisoners, what you can do is easily and simply um, feed them rats. You can feed them rats, and you can use your fish for reducing their misery. At the moment, as you can see, this guy has 8% misery. I can let it compound, and as you can see, um, this guy will give us 10 to 15, this guy will give us 5 to 10, this guy will give us 10 to 15, and I didn't realize that the Twilight Snapper had a health recovery, so currently it's between, ooh, I haven't seen these fishes. I caught this fish before, but I didn't realize it was so good. Yeah, I didn't even scroll down when I caught it, but I think I caught this before the update, but it probably was still there. But so far, this is apparently is the best fish. Yep. So health wise, and this one, ooh, this is swamp dweller. Oh, yeah, I can see why this is a better fish. So when you go to the swamp area, um, you have to kill one of the bosses, and if you haven't got to that boss yet, um, it, it's a bad day for you because the mist in that area sort of engulfs you, and you need this basically back piece, which is a cloak that you have to have on majority of the time at the very least, to mitigate the haze. And you'd think in a video game it wouldn't be um, as distracting as it really is, but I mean, I spent I spent a fair bit of time lost looking for it, and ooh, shade, shade walker business, and we got a water well. Oh, the water well is sort of a little bit on the baller side on this one. All right, and merciless copper sword. I'm not a sword guy in this game. Like, I would use the slashes way more. The only thing that would ever get me using a sword is if it's a merciless version and I don't have any upgrades. And I'm having very good luck on this expansion at the moment. But these bosses usually are kicking my butt, even though um, they've been very easy at this point. Doesn't look like I can salvage the main cap, so let's just save it aside as a cosmetic. Mm. So this is like Executioner Claymore, which should probably be in here, because once we're ready for it, um, then yeah, once we're ready for it, it's gonna be a forge of the ancient or something along those lines. Let's see what this guy gave us. An unspeakable horror. So he gave us a chill, a frost spell, which is obviously it's one of the new schools, and it gave us thick leather, and it gave us mountain pig, and this is, I believe, is the last piece of leather that we want. I mean, piece of bag that we want. If you look over here, we have all of these closed spots, and we need them open ASAP. Alrighty, so let's put the knowledge stuff back. I'm running around with flawless sapphire, so this is the highest tier that I got at the moment of the sapphires. If I didn't have a stack, these things would have been filling up so badly by now. As you can see, my only form of upgrade at the moment is these guys here, which is I don't mind. I would love the Templar, because that's the melee side of things. So I'll take these, dump them over here, and as you can see, with two pieces, I'm gonna have weapon skill leech by 6%. I'm not sure what that does, but we want the full set initially before we move on. Let's see the mountain peak. So that's just thick leather and wool, so I think we might be able to just prioritize that. So get that, get the wool, go around, kaboom, kaboom. I tend to leave the old bag in there just in case. Currently this server is just me, myself and I, but in the future maybe maybe it can be open a little bit more, but currently it's just good. For this, I probably can just play the game on local if I want to, but then you have to wait for things to grow. I don't know. I don't find it as interesting. So I like this because it won't change our cosmetic at the moment, but just for the sake of the video and the sake of me knowing what it looks like, let's that's what the character looks like at the moment. As you can see, we're missing the pants situation, and the poor old lady pantaloons is out. Okay, we're not trying to look at your booty, but you're out a bit on the thick side, so good for you. Okay, so this is an order set. It looks almost like a what's the word for it? It's basically plate armor, isn't it? Well, somewhat. It's plate armor, and it suits there just fine. So just a face, I think, because I'm rocking the whole plague doctor situation. So we're just gonna go there, and we're gonna go here, and maybe there. Nope. Or here. Yeah. Oh, maybe the red. But either way, all of that won't matter because once we go here, we can just go punk, and we got the green. It looks like the red gloves at the moment. So we are gonna go, oh, little lady red. Um, I'm usually not this far into cosmetics to be honest, but I like this. Alright, before we finish this video, let's get our mountain bags. In this case, you take that off, see how many. So this is the first bag you have access to in the game. It'll give you all of these here. Second bag, as you can see, it give you 7 inventory slot. This one give you 10, but it give you silver immunity, so I think you can carry up to 200 silver without an issue. Silver generally drains you in this game, which I thought was a oh, is that is affecting max health? Oh yeah, it does say it affects max health. Oh no, I was incorrect. There's another bag incoming. Alright, we'll leave that to it. Yep. So looks like I got my C a little bit different. I'm just gonna go to my spell book and I'll put my favorite C here. And generally, if I want to fight completely remotely, this is my walkout. If I just want to fight normally, it'll be generally this guy here because it gives you a bit of a heal and it's a good time. And before, as far as I'm aware, Blood Right used to be not Blood Right, this one, Blood Rage used to be the only thing that altered your physical, but with power surge, and it also add ignite, so why would you not get that? And then over on this side doesn't seem to be anything for the unholy. It just looks like all your ability will cause condemn, and condemn is good because it gives you a backup. It gives you a basically almost like a distraction, like a mini tank, because it will hit the boss and the boss will get off you for a second to go at it, and that second can be very crucial, especially like with the mountain horror and with things that can just bring you down with a couple of shots. Yeah, and as you can see, you want these bigger jewels on your abilities, but currently, as you can see, I don't have it on all of them. It just gives you a bit more thing. Ooh, this is new. Let's have a look at this. Alright, Arctic leap into the air and strike down a target location, dealing 200% magical damage. A nova of frost erupts from the impact location that freezes any enemy hit. So this is a crowd control situation. Then target ally itself into solid ice for up to 5 seconds and summon a frost vertex. The ice blocks shield target for 400% of your spell power, grants immunity to crowd control effects, and heals up to 10% of target maximum health. I mean, that's beautiful, but we're playing solo, so that would be a heal and an immunity. And imagine if you had like a bunch of condemned happening around, but not a big deal. The vortex initially deals 100% magic damage and inflicts chill. The vortex deals 240% additional damage over the duration of the effect. Just for coolness, we're just gonna take this guy here and just to see what it looks like. Okay. That did not give it justice. That didn't give it justice at all. Majority, I think, of the rest that we're going after tend to be melee. I think General Eleanor. I think this is a range. This is a mixture of range and melee, and she's a good old geomancer. Eleanor was once a talented weaver, a wife, a mother, and a friend. Now she is none of these things. When Dracula forces descended on her village and harvests his people, we are vampires, she hid in the chaos and witnessed the horror firsthand. Discovered by the immortal king himself, he saw an opportunity to twist the suffering creature to his whim, he shaped her into an ice-cold killing machine, a perfect servant for the region of Nocturne. Now I'm not sure, but that sounds like an undead situation to me, and I thought she was a priestess. So Rizal is the priest. So then we go back here, and this is our geomancer, the result of a long line of earth speakers. Oof, ain't that cool? Um, Terror resides up in the solitude of the mountain among sparkling gem veined and rugged boulders. Despite her stoic appearance and demeanor, communing with the spirits of that nature has driven her quite insane. I mean, I mean, I guess, I guess. I mean, they say in life they say that you know, being near nature and all of that is good for you, but doesn't seem to be the case. This guy might be new. Um, she's always been around, but now she gives you a blood press, which is definitely a new thing. This guy gives you the jewel crafting table. Um, yeah, which is you want obviously for your equipment, and I think a lot of the gear is gonna start dropping now. I might just either take the gear off and get these old bosses here because they might be easy, but they're fun to kill. I mean, yeah, but I think that's enough for now. Let's leave it at that. Again, thank you for watching if you have, and all the best.